She got in a fight.
This is a love story.
No one's asked me a question in 45 minutes.
So what do you do?
Hey.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
Shout out to the priest. Could not wait to jump back into the season. Absolutely love Fleabag. Love the way season 1 ended. Was it sad? Was it depressing? Yes. But I think a big lesson was learned. People make mistakes. One of you really hit the nail on the head that it's very difficult to harshly judge Fleabag when she judges and despises herself more than we could ever do collectively. It was sad. It was sad finding out that she was the one that slept with Boo's boyfriend. And I love that the bank manager has been like a solid rock in her corner. Two of my favorite scenes from last season, well, the two that I can think of, is obviously the one at the retreat where he talked about going back to his family and all that, and him returning at probably the moment where she needed a friend the most, standing at the same spot that took Boo away, wanting to go in. We watched the episode with my wife and her mother yesterday. We were snuggling up on the couch and watching it. I showed them episode 1 and my wife was laughing the whole time. And you know, they really enjoyed the premise of her just talking into the camera and breaking the fourth wall. And I actually watched a comparison with the actual play that Phoebe did by herself on stage that turned into the show, and she is, the more I learn about her, the more I'm just so impressed. And I found out she had writing credits in, what's the name of the show? Eve? Something Eve? There was that. She was also in Solo, although she voiced a robot in that. I think she has a writing credit in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the newest TV show with Daniel Glover. They're very good friends, and I appreciate her so much and the work. Going into season 2, I want to see if anything about her changes. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see if what she has learned from that finale, because I feel like that's just one of those spots in your life that when you reach that spot, it's like something gotta change. I always say how my dad always say, like, knowing you have a problem is like 50% solved. So I want to know if anything about her changes, her using comedy as a coping mechanism, if that changes, her addiction to sex and what it means for her and how it fulfills her. If anything about that changes, I want to know in this season if she learns how to view herself in a more like worthy sense, separate from her body and what she has to offer men and other people. You know what I'm saying? And I love her outbursts about her seeing her body as a currency and the fear that came with that eventually, like, it's not going to be viewed as profitable as she aged and stuff like that. And obviously that speaks on, you know, society and his views on beauty and youth and how, like, I don't want to get into it, the whole thing with, like, and I think that's a very like Western heavy mindset. I'm from Nigeria, right? And I think like overall, I think like in a lot of places in the world, age is seen as like beauty and like wisdom in a sense, and it has its like benefits and its own like specific joys. I can't speak for other places in the world, but like mostly in the Western world is almost like that age is frowned upon, looked as like less beautiful and this, that, and the third, and it affects all of us one way or the other, you know, because like it's the society we live in, it sips into our brain one way or the other. But we'll save those conversations for when they arise in the show. Let's get into season 2 of Fleabag. It's so short, and I heard that season 2 is the last season, and I love that so much because some shows just keep going on and on and on. But like, I love that they had a story to tell. They told the story in 2 seasons, and we're done with it, you know? So let's check out episode 1 and maybe episode 2. Fingers crossed. Let's get it. I hope season 2 episodes are a little bit longer. This one is almost 30 minutes, so.
I opened a cafe with my friend Boo. Yeah, she's dead now.
Won't get you very far here.
I suppose you should meet Hillary.
People make mistakes.
I'm sorry.
You should go.
They almost had a moment there. Oh, it's been over a year later. I like this though. Could that be the actual real time between shooting season 1 and season 2? If that is, I think that's cool. That's cool AF. There she is. Girl, what kind of night are you having? Are you gonna look at us and explain?
No, thank you.
They've gone, so...
That's not Harry, is it? Because Harry's gone.
Thank you.
She got in a fight.
This is a love story.
At first, when she didn't look at us, I was assuming that she's still maybe ashamed to look at us after her secret came out in the finale last episode. As one of you eloquently like put together how like when it got exposed, like she looked at the camera, it was shaky. It's almost like when you upset someone and you can't look at them in the eyes, or like you feel ashamed that someone knows your secret, which I really loved that. So I mean, it was like 2 whole minutes of her cleaning her nose and she hadn't looked at us once. The camera, I was like, does she still feel that shame even a year later? But yeah, she finally said hi to us.
You know when you've done everything?
Do you want to have sex?
No.
Improvement.
Down on you.
I love that.
Everything. And you feel great. You don't even think about. And even though your sister still hates you.
Thank you.
You're pretending to be friends because your dad is.
Oh,
Here's to love.
And engaged.
come on.
Congratulations, you assholes.
Okay, I just want to say I love that little montage of making progress. I think that answered one of my questions because it shows her taking care of her body. It shows her eating better, changes. So that answered some of my questions that the event of a year ago had. I'm proud of her.
Together here for a very special family gangbang.
Bro.
Being here, I have the feeling here.
He's trying. Cheers.
And that's it.
Congratulations.
Cheers. May these be the worst of our days.
Don't know who this guy is.
Is that the priest?
Can make.
Ugh.
You look well.
Oh, you'll adore it, actually.
Haven't seen her since.
That night.
Except for.
You look well. Where have you been?
I'm gonna have a lot to say, but I feel a certain sadness for their sisterhood because they made some progress. You know, they finally got to a place where they loved on each other and hugged on each other, and then the finale happened with her siding with her husband. And I feel like somewhere in there, Claire knows her husband is bull. But at the same time, the fact is, Fleabag did do that to Boo. So I just feel a sense of sadness because like they started like loving on each other and actually healing a little bit. And now it's been a whole year and they've only seen each other on events. Kind of like how they used to do before where they only see each other during the women talk. So I'm kind of sad about that a little bit.
No, not as long as you confess.
Oh God, he's their priest.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
You can get away with anything.
Thank you.
I didn't realise you were allowed out without your little doggy thing.
Oh, no, really?
I'll have another tequila.
I'll have a tequila.
Glass of sparkling water with a dash.
Oh.
Oh, yes, I'll have the same. As that his mother was originally a lesbian.
I saw the way Fleabag and Priest were looking at each other.
You do look tired. Oh, it's not as exhausting as I thought it would be, actually.
She's commuting from Finland.
Rolling it up, rather than...
Folding it.
I've read about that.
It's delicious. I admire you both so much.
Well, it's really turned us around, hasn't it, honey?
Oh, so much more.
Oh, fun. My parents are alcoholics.
Oh, we thought it would be I don't really like the taste.
And we are trying for a baby.
Oh, Claire. We thought you couldn't have them. What? Why? Well, you just seem a little...
Well, they say a lifestyle change can help, so here we go.
That is
Interesting. That's a lot.
good luck.
That's wonderful.
Something's up.
And now you have
Something's definitely up.
to tell us about Finland.
Cold and beautiful and dark.
I can't remember the last time we went away.
Weren't you both in Japan recently?
She is impossible. Oh my god. What's the point of asking? She's impossible. I love her because she plays it so well, but like she is... Let her talk. So Claire found a compromise. She still went to Finland, but visits often. I don't know how far that is from the UK where they're at. So maybe not too long. Are they in London? A lot has happened and they're trying for a baby part. We know Claire likes to deliver the message by herself when she's ready. Kind of like season 1, not wanting to tell everyone about that. And he just jumping in and saying, we're trying for a baby. So much happening on this table.
They flew us over with this exhibition. And you think of... Sorry, Tabby. No? You see, you think of the Japanese as a very prudish people.
Well, we're not to generalize.
But actually, they have a very deep interest in sex in their culture. It's
The Americans.
The Americans,
Oh, well.
well, they just took me in their stride.
Oh.
But the Japanese were deeply moved by my work, I think, weren't they, Danny?
Yeah.
It caused quite a cultural wave.
Ripple.
No one's asked me a question in 45 minutes.
So what do you do?
Hey.
I run a cafe.
Oh.
It's going well, is it?
Yes, it is.
Shout out to the priest.
Can I get anyone any ice?
She's decompressing outside. Talk to us, baby. Talk to us. Oh, here comes the priest.
Fellow smoker. Do you have a spare one?
Sure.
Oh, we got a chill priest.
So do your family get together much, or you them?
Hello? What is going on? Is that part of her change? Her just wanting to get away from any situation that might lead to sex? Because it seemed that way at the beginning with Arsehole Guy. Like, he came over and she ran away. But something I'm also thinking is, like, he seems really nice. So could it also be Fleabag depriving herself of something good as a way to punish herself because of the guilt? There's so much going on. This first episode is so packed. What are we waiting for?
Such a lovely man.
Yes, very brave to
so
priest.
lucky
Did you
to
have a
have
cigarette?
Yeah.
I wish you could have seen him in...
You know, they can't even masturbate.
Shit alive, man.
It's fascinating, the notion of a calling.
Yeah, well, marriage is a calling too, of course.
Did you always want to join the priesthood?
Oh, no. But it's been a really good life. Peace in it.
Is anyone in your family?
I like him a lot.
Actually, both my parents are lawyers, and my brother is a long-distance lorry driver. Yeah. Better than you, anyway.
Must be hard on the balls.
Not as hard on them as trying to make a baby for 5 months, I imagine.
Disgusting.
Yo, Priest is my new favorite character. Hey, man. I don't even know how to say this. Obviously, that's not something to joke about, like people trying to conceive. But then again, it's face over here that they're shooting down. Martin, I don't even care enough about him enough to like mention his name. I hope there's a character arc or character growth coming for him in the future, because I usually have a difficult times with like hateful characters, or like not hateful, but like just characters you just don't even want to see them on screen. I have a hard time with characters like that, but just because I don't have a lot of patience, especially for people who are not even trying. You know, they're characters that you can see that they're quote unquote bad, but like you can see that they're trying, they're giving effort, you know, or at least they're self-aware of the shit they're in. But the characters that are just like freaking oblivious and just like take pride and joy from the nastiness they do to others is like zero patience, man. Maybe if you catch me on a good day. But Martin, I'm like, oof, boy, I am not Jesus, you know.
Do you do a lot of older weddings?
I don't think that's how we...
No, this is my first ever wedding, actually.
Oh. Do you know, I've always been so suspicious of religion, but I must say, having a real priest at a wedding...
Are you a real priest?
Yeah. I'm new to the parish, and I guess I'm just, I'm really, I'm really lonely. So. He was a dedicated man. He was a brilliant priest.
Sounds like a riot.
He was.
She don't like it. I love this season already. Godmother does not like the energy that is going on between Priest and Fleabag, and I'm living for it. Oh God, this is going to be a long episode. I'm living for it. Oh, I am living for it. Yeah, this finna be a long one. We're gonna make the best of it. The episodes are short anyways, so like, who gives a...
Do you know how we met?
Please tell us.
Through Jake. Just adorable. And Claire introduced us, and we just hit it off.
She's donating a painting for the face. It's going to cause quite the stir.
Oh, it's just an old one, but... So we've decided to ask people to make a small donation to a charity of their choosing in our name.
That sounds lovely.
Do you want to know what gift I'm giving your father?
Oh, God.
It's a portrait.
Oh, God.
Of you girls.
Oh, God. Together or...
I'd only need a couple of sittings. No, because the lighting's never good enough. And if you're not very photogenic, then it does you no favors. And besides, the only photos together are of when you were children.
She throws endless shots. And everything she said about lighting and everything, I want to side with her, but like, it works. I can't remember the last time I painted a portrait of someone live. I can't, probably in college, maybe 7 years ago. And all my portraits are of pictures. If a photo is taken really good, the lighting is going to be good. The lighting, the shadows, all the dynamics you need will be there. So I think her saying she just want to paint them from live is just having more chances to freaking torture Fleabag. I mean, what she just said too, maybe you're not photogenic, and pointed right at her and looked at her. I'm like, you. That's just my artist perspective. She's and although like a lot of artists that paint realism will tell you that it's always good to practice from live, because a picture would always flatten the structure of anything. Yeah, I guess I agree with her. Reluctantly, might I add.
You never told me you had a sister, Claire.
Oh, well, we don't get to see each other much.
Do you see your brother?
Oh, I don't really speak to my brother.
He's so hard.
Well, it's mainly hard
Is it because he's mummy's favourite?
Because he's a...
Thank you.
Oh.
Did you get your answer?
I'm aware of the irony of that.
Yeah.
It's a breath of air. Interesting man. Sorry, I missed your birthday, so I just...
Oh, that's okay.
No, I just... in case you're struggling.
The cafe's going well.
Oh, no, this is not for work. It's just for you.
I love it.
Thanks.
You look strong.
Thanks.
You're not being naughty.
It doesn't matter.
Is that right?
I love it.
Thank you.
I love this, and I love it because of what I said earlier about it's one thing to have characters that start off with our first impression of them not being the greatest, or characters that are bad, for lack of better term, or have flaws, or like, you know, different things that might not appeal to us at first, but it's like we see them try. Like, it's clear that like he doesn't know how to like properly express his emotions or how he's feeling, maybe because of the fear of vulnerability as a man, or just not even having the tools or the words to be able to like connect. But like you see him trying, and it is cute as hell. Every single moment they've had together, except their first initial moment in season 1 when he told her, well, you get all that from your mother. But it's like every other scene that they've had together is like you can see the progression of him like trying to connect with her and them. Even the gesture of booking them exams, like breast exams, like regardless of his reasons for doing that, there's a great sense of care that comes with that, because like that literally could save their lives, you know, which I'm not sure if that's what took their mom or not. Maybe I forgot if they mentioned that, but I love that he's trying. Like and her saying it doesn't matter and saying I'm happy for you, Dad, you know, that meant so much to him. And I see them coming closer and closer the way Fleabag and Claire got closer and closer last season. I just love this. His face, he is so cute. And what's his name? Bill Patterson? Yeah, he's killing this role. I love it. He says, you're not naughty. And I love that, because like other people are seeing Fleabag's growth, like how Fleabag has grown. I know I put that question at the beginning of the episode that like, I want to see how she's changed. Will she change? Because if they started this season and she was the same way as everything was prior to that finale, it's like, oh, was there no character arc, no character progression, no character growth? And saying that, I'm not even sure she'll keep it up, because, you know, sometimes people backslide, you know, people with every addiction or any progression, sometimes people fall short and backslide. It's only human. We all do it, right? So I won't be surprised if that happens, but I love that there's been like growth to the point where her dad even experiences it. Not saying she's perfect. Definitely not. None of us are, you know.
Oh, thank you. You're an exceptional waitress.
Apologies.
I am so intrigued to see how you're going to make this whole evening about yourself.
God.
We probably shouldn't arrive at the table together.
God, I want to smack him.
All the negative emotions and just bottle them and bury them, and they never come out.
I'm not sure.
I've basically never been better.
Us neither.
I feel fantastic.
We're a very positive family, let's say.
They're overcompensating. It's all bullshit. Pretentious. Is that the right term? Let me know in the comments if pretentious is the right term. But it's like everybody clearly sees it that is horseshit, especially people who know your husband very well. It's sad. It's sad.
What do you do?
Oh, I work in finance.
What?
What?
Across 2 firms, one in Finland and one here.
No, she's a lawyer.
I thought you were a lawyer.
No,
What?
I work with lawyers. I'm not a lawyer.
Darling, you are a solicitor.
I went to business school. You're being so quiet. Why aren't you saying anything?
There we go.
What do you want me to say?
What's that in your hand?
She doesn't need to tell you.
Birthday present from Dad.
It's a good thing, Claire.
Chunk of change?
No, it's
What is it?
Dunno.
you don't need to
Love
open
presents.
it.
I never get presents.
It's because you might.
It's a voucher for a counselling session. Thanks, Dad.
I don't believe you can pay your problems away. I think you have to face who you are and suffer the consequences.
Oh my God, she is projecting so much. Dog, I hope y'all understand why this episode is going to be so long. So much is happening on this table. So much. It is packed. Claire is projecting so much. And there's this element that's just in the back of my mind of like, Fleabag has certainly changed to the point where Claire is darn near poking at her. Say something. Put me in my place. Be mean to me. Something. Kind of like her dad said outside. That like, what's up with you? Like, you're not naughty. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Because like, I think that just shows that like when you have improved yourself or grown, like there's a comfortability that people had with the previous you, and that like you now being just a better version of yourself, it kind of pokes at them. You know what I'm saying? It kind of pokes at them a little bit. At least that's what I'm getting from here, just from life experience and like the context clues I'm seeing right here. Because it's like, if this was before, you know, Fleabag would be making like sharp comments, like get backs and this and that. But she's been awfully quiet on this table, which makes what stupid ass, what's his name? Martin said earlier about, oh, you just want to make this whole evening about yourself, don't you? It's like, she's barely said a word. She has the least lines on the table so far. So Claire is just like projecting. Do you know what this is giving me the energy of? Have you guys seen The Bear? I won't say any spoilers, but if you have seen The Bear and the Christmas episode, was it a Christmas episode? I can't remember the holiday, but I think, yeah, the Christmas episode. Dog. I won't say more than that, but I feel like it's leading to something. It's a whole battle and everybody sees it.
Claire?
Ah, this is where it's... This is
You pissed
where...
off or are you doing a poo?
Have you got a sanitary towel?
Oh, no, but I know a waitress who would jump on that request. Do you want me to ask her?
No. Just give it! Give it to me! Don't come in!
It's a period. It's not going to bite me.
Don't look at it!
I'm not looking at your period. Just take this. Oh, God.
It's not a period, it's a miscarriage, okay?
Oh, Clara.
Claire?
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. You need to go to hospital.
It's
Oh, Clara.
it's mine. It's mine.
Oh, God. That changes things for sure.
Okay.
It's not okay, baby. It's not.
Hospital now.
Okay.
Come on. Let's get the coats. I'll get a taxi.
I'll tell them I don't feel right.
I don't like all the...
Sorry, darling. Oh, good. Oh, nothing. I just sit down.
Claire.
Oh, for sake, stop it!
Thank you, Fleabag. Say something.
Are you okay?
No, I'm sorry. I just...
Here we go.
Sorry, I just...
Shut the f, Martin.
Come on. Come on.
I had
darling?
a little miscarriage.
Oh my God.
What?
How far gone were you?
You should go to the hospital.
Whose was it?
No, maybe leave that for later.
Was it the tooth man?
Hospital, no.
She doesn't want to go.
Why?
Because I'm stubborn, and for some inexplicable reason, I'd rather stay here and have a passive-aggressive party, so...
Thank you.
It was very early stages.
You knew.
I really think she should see a doctor.
It's fine. She's absolutely fine. Drink. If it's gone, it's gone.
Darling, please.
Probably ectopic.
Oh, do you need someone to go with you?
No, I think I'll just deal with this in my own insane, irrational, anal way, if that's okay.
Probably for the best.
What'd you say?
Someone smacked the f of him. He's making me so mad. God, I'm having a day, y'all. Like, I promise y'all, this is a part of my game I'm trying to work on. I always get so pissed, man, because people like this exist. Where they just put the knife in you and twist it and twist it and twist it and twist it, regardless of how it's you. And it's that lack of humanity that pissed me the off, because I've dealt with people like this in my life. There's people in my life that I know and I care about that I've dealt with like this, both men and women. That's like, there's a serious situation here and you still find the time to just be a for no reason. Chuck the grandma in there too, because dad is standing up to take her to the hospital and godmother is holding his hand being like, sit down. He's trying to take his child to the hospital. And God, shout out to Fleabag, because in this moment it's almost like, you don't want to talk about it, I'll take the burden on myself so that we can still talk and expose this. Not expose, it's not the right word. To like dissect this, let me take the blame. Let me get the weird looks and the weird questions. But we're still going to use this to like discuss what we are trying to discuss. I love the priest, man. Because if I was sitting at that table, that would be me telling Martin, what did you say? Are you okay? You just feel because you have a mouth, you can say anything to anyone? I smack the shit out of you, man. I never said I was a saint, y'all. I'm a man of peace, but I can get active when idiots like this are stepping out of line. Even the grandma, I keep calling her grandma. Olivia Colman is killing it, but it's like even her too, like, is this the right place to be asking whose is it? They just told you they had a miscarriage and you're like, and I love what Fleabag said. It's like, I care more about you and your safety than keeping up with this performance that we got going on here. Dog.
You know, it's like a goldfish out the bowl sort of thing. If it didn't want to be in there, it didn't want to be in there. Something wasn't right.
I'm done.
It's the kid's choice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus!
God, thank you. Someone smacked that and whoo, that felt good. But then he bled to other people, so Phoebe is a genius writing this story.
Oh, hey, I got your stuff. You okay?
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'll be there. I'm always there.
This episode, what?
Hey!
Aw, Claire. Please tell me Martin is not in there.
Just tell him where you live and we'll talk about this tomorrow.
Can you take us to the nearest hospital, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The priest is quite hot.
They're back, baby. Woo! Hey, she looked at us. That is how you start a motherfucking season, yo. And let me just go on a quick rant. I think going forward, I am done trying to watch big popular shows. Because it's like, I know a lot of big popular shows are good, but it's like, moment of transparency, I watch shows for two reasons. One, and my number one will always be my enjoyment level. And that enjoyment is not just haha he is what am I learning from this piece of media? Is this piece of media something that improves me mentally? Is this piece of media something that is fun? Is this piece of media something that is engaging and conversations can come out of? That is the number one for me, enjoyment factor. Number two, I got bills to pay. And if me doing this YouTube thing is going to like get the bills paid, yes, I'm always going to get in there. That being said, with those two factors, trying to make a living as a content creator and enjoyment of shows, every time I have tried to watch a big popular show, good or bad, it haven't really worked out for me when it comes to always fulfilling those two things. You know, especially the making a profit out of it part. All the biggest shows I've done, House of the Dragons, I had to stop doing that on YouTube. If you're listening to this right now, stay with me. I'm getting to a point. But it's like, if you want to click off, that's fine. Click off. But it's like, starting from House of the Dragons, I did 2 episodes and I had to stop doing it on YouTube because I was losing money making those episodes because like I had to pay editors to edit it. I had to stop it on YouTube, but I finished it on Patreon. Band of Brothers, the same thing. I had to stop on YouTube because I was losing money because the videos weren't doing anything. And I'm not trying to be a when I say this. I know my reactions are cold as like, this is not me trying to be like about it, but like, I know anytime I'm on this microphone, I try to say something that makes sense and I'm not just there blabbing. So like, I know it's not the content. My content is good, but it's like those 2 big TV shows. What other TV show did I start watching and stopped? I think there's one more that I can't remember. But that being said, every single time that I've watched a smaller, more niche TV show, it's always been good for me with those 2 things. One being like the enjoyment that I elaborated on earlier, and also like more success on these platforms. Starting with Ted Lasso, absolutely loved Ted Lasso. It brought me success. It brought a lot of you beautiful people here. Interview with the Vampire, the same thing. Made me meet a lot of amazing people. Some of the movies I've been doing. Fleabag. Did I mention Interview with the Vampire? Hannibal. It's like these are shows that are not the biggest, most popular shows, but like I've had the best times with these shows. The more smaller niche shows that have their own like dedicated fan base. And it's like I just went on that whole rant to just say like I had never heard of Fleabag. Ever. Never heard of Fleabag. I know if I put Fleabag on any TV poll, it'll probably lose. You know, that's why the last TV polls I did, I made sure to structure them in a way where I didn't put things in the polls that one would like run away with it. I put things that may have like an equal chance. And I'm glad I'm watching Fleabag. This is amazing. Phoebe is amazing. So I just went on that little rant to say like, thank y'all for putting me onto shows like this. Cause like, I want to watch shows that I'm not just for The Wire. Did I mention The Wire? Come on. Although you can argue The Wire is a very big show, but like the reception has been kind of like 50-50. But I say all that to say that I love and appreciate y'all that like put me on these shows, and also like out here supporting in any way you can on YouTube or Patreon. I love you guys for it. But it's like I'm not going forward, honestly, I'm not chasing like big shows, because anytime I do, like there's an enjoyment factor where I enjoy the shows, but then I put it on YouTube and that shit got 2K views, and I'm like, what is up? What is going on with this algorithm? Or like, because the people that find my videos, they tell me, Frank, these are some good shit. How are these videos not more popular? I don't know. Ask YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to just appreciate all y'all that put me on these shows. All of y'all that are watching it with me. I love it. I don't usually go on rants like this, but this show was amazing. This episode, god damn, like the priest, like Phoebe's performance, like the godmother, Martin. For all y'all that don't with Martin and men and women like Martin, come gather here. Like, dog, the grandma too, I keep calling her grandma, the godmother too, dog. Like, and I love how Fleabag turned the table. It's like, we have to address this. I care more about you and your health than this haha hee hee we're doing here. Like, I care more about you. So like, let's flip the script. Let me be the one with the miscarriage. Let everybody judge me, look at me, ask the stupid ass questions. But we have to address this right here publicly. And I feel like Fleabag did something similar in season 1 when she told everybody the news about Claire's Finland promotion. It's like, let's talk about it, because going contrary to what Clara said about bottling everything in, it's like, let's bring it out to the open. Sometimes you just gotta hear it out loud. Let's discuss it. God, I felt so bad for Claire. And you know this f***ing idiot is not doing anything to support her mentally, emotionally, physically at all through her miscarriage. Probably because he doesn't know from her response. Like, he doesn't know. But it's like, you're not the kind of person a woman would want to tell something that intimate anyways. Because look at the look she gave him when he said all the nonsense about Fleabag's miscarriage. She looked at him like, oh, so that's what you would have said about your child if that was me. I need to go sit down on my couch and play some video games. But I appreciate y'all for watching this episode. Dog, we're 1 hour. this episode, I'll talk more about this episode next week. I said next week. This week when I watch episode 2. Right now, I'm just way too hyped and way too frustrated at Martin. And I think something like this have come up with me in previous shows I've watched with characters that are like this way. A lot of people seem to think like I'm just being mad at a fictional character. It's like, people like this exist. I've encountered people like this. They are f***ing relentless. But me saying that is not me being a nihilist or something like that. I also know that people like the priest exist. People who are caring. People who are genuinely trying their best to be like a net positive in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's not me being mad at a fictional character or something like that. It happened with Interview with the Vampire as well. So I was watching that show and there were some certain characters. I'm like, whatever the reason is, like, bad things are being done and they have to be talked about. Let me stop this video before I go on another 20-minute tangent. I love y'all, man. And like I said, I never said I was a saint. I'm a person going through my emotions as they come up. Love you guys. Take care.